talks or outro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, we're live now, so
Yeah,
fuck
so
it.
there we go.
How's it going, guys? No one's tuned in yet, so we're okay. Um,
Yeah.
guys, welcome to TMG Entertainment. My name is Aaron Canole. I am joined by Mr. Matt Beer. Matt, how's it going?
Hey. And, it's a little early for me, but I'm doing all right.
Absolutely, and unlike the Academy, who decided their time, 5 a.m. was a great time to do this.
Right.
We were not up at that time. We're up just a
No.
little bit later, but we are going to be reacting live to not live for us, to the 2021 Academy Award nominations. So a bit of a weird year, but these are the nominations, and the eligibility this year was based on any film released from January 2020 through
Yeah.
to February 2021. And it was either for those who were released to theaters, were split released to theaters and VOD, or were released to VOD but at one point showed clear intent of going to theaters. It's the weirdest year for the Academy in general, in terms of just everything that they allowed in and figuring out all the qualifications, and that's while they're going through all their rule changes already. So certainly interesting. Certainly excited to see what qualified. Especially because, funny enough, this year more than ever, a lot more streaming services got in the game, buying up films that were supposed to go to theaters. So I myself am excited to kind of see what got
Mhm.
in and what didn't. What about you?
Yeah. I didn't see a whole lot last year because theaters were closed around me most of the time, and I am really bad at watching things on Netflix and whatnot. Um, if I'm gonna watch a movie in its entirety, the best chance for me to do that is in a theater.
Okay.
um, because there's just so much going on at my house, so it really distracts me. So, like, I saw The Five Bloods, and when it came out, but I saw the
Right.
first hour of it, so I didn't watch the rest of it. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, I watched about 30 minutes of, um, but the performances were great, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know how they're gonna do it this year. Apparently, they're gonna be doing the actual award ceremony live, which
Yeah.
I
It's
don't get.
live, but they're splitting the location. So they'll be doing it from
Okay.
the normal theater, and then I
Hmm.
think the other location has something to do with the new Academy Museum they're trying to open. So they'll be
Okay.
splitting the nominees between the two areas and kind of going back and forth.
Okay. So I guess
And
that works better.
yeah, I mean, at least we'll be getting performances in front of a somewhat live audience instead of the Grammys last night.
Yeah, true. Which, yeah, I couldn't watch the Grammys.
I've seen bits and pieces of the performances, and it's like, God bless them, they're giving their all, but
Yeah.
it's hard when you're performing for Trevor Noah and whoever who just went last, trying to vibe off to the side. It's a little
Right.
weird,
Yeah.
but yeah. So if you're ready, let's get into this. Let's see what made
Absolutely.
it.
So let's pull it up real quick.
Yep.
Do-do-do. There we go. Here, I actually have to. There we go.
Thank you so much, David, and good morning. Although we're in London, so it's afternoon here.
But regardless of the time of
That
day,
makes sense.
it's a moment that each
Yeah.
of these nominees will never forget.
Absolutely. First up, the nominees chosen by members of the Academy's Actors Branch.
Okay.
Actress in a
Actress or
supporting role.
Okay.
Maria Bakalova in Borat's subsequent movie film. Delivery of
Please.
prodigious
Oh,
bride
yes.
to American
Yes,
cuisine
thank you
from
for
the
reading the
Afghanistan
entire
once
thing.
glorious
Yes.
nation of Kazakhstan.
I
Thank you
read
for
the
reading
whole
it all.
thing.
Glenn Close in Hillbilly Elegy.
Okay.
Okay.
Recently a Razzie nominee.
Olivia Colman in
Yeah.
The Father.
Okay, that makes sense from what I've heard.
Amanda Seyfried in Mank.
Okay.
Yes, I agree with that.
And Ye Jung-un in Minari.
Okay.
Sure.
Congratulations to all those nominees.
You want to pause it at
Our
each
next
one then, so we
category is
can?
Best Costume Design, with
Sure.
nominees
I just
voted
have
by
to.
the Academy's costume designers.
There we
My
go.
bad. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know I've seen more than you have, but of those ones specifically, I think
Mhm.
the only one I can think of that I've seen was Mank. I know I haven't had a chance to see Minari yet. Uh, Hillbilly Elegy just doesn't interest me.
Right.
I heard, which funny enough, because she got a Razzie nominee as well. I heard she was the
Mhm.
one decent thing about that film.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So like this is a like okay they kind of throw out. It's like when Meryl Streep got nominated for Into the Woods. Like, sure, she was the best part of that film, but all right, that's
Right.
weird. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
but so what was the full? It was the girl from Borat. I saw that.
yeah, it was
Glenn
her,
Close,
Glenn Close, Olivia Colman,
Olivia Colman.
um,
Yes,
and then Amanda Seyfried and whatever her name is from Minari.
right. Um, I have not had a chance to see The Father yet. It is playing in theaters, but
Mm-hmm.
not one that's within a reasonable driving distance of me yet, so I have not had a chance
Right.
to go see it. I've heard the performances in that film are out of this world.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I guess in terms of like if we're predicting, the only one I've seen is Mank, and I did think Amanda
Mm-hmm.
Seyfried was really good in it, so she deserved a
Yeah.
nomination for sure.
Yeah, the only one I've seen in full, I should say, because I have watched one other like for about 20, 30 minutes was Borat.
Okay,
And, she earned a nomination. I thought she was really good in that too.
I've heard
I'm
that.
surprised she was nominated. Because Borat's a comedy, you don't really see comedies get, the bigger nominations, like
Yeah,
acting and whatnot. So that kind of surprised me. Um, I saw a little bit of Mank. I thought Amanda Seyfried for what I saw was really good, but I haven't seen the others. Like you, I have no interest in Hillbilly Eulogy, even though I do like Ron Howard.
yeah, like it's
And I think Glenn Close is a really good actress, so she earned it. Kind of surprised she got nominated for a Razzie, but there's that. And then I'm gonna watch Minari before the
yeah. The rest of
nominees
them I'll
and
get to
whatnot.
at some point.
Yeah,
I
so
have Amazon. I just haven't checked out Borat. So
yeah, it's good. It's not as good as the first, but still good.
okay,
So
that's what I've heard. Yeah.
yeah, so alrighty,
And the first one did get Academy love, so it's not that
true.
shocking that it's back.
That is true, but yeah, it was
Let's move
still,
on.
especially for a sequel, that kind of surprised me. But hey, there we go.
Costume design. All right, this one we can just watch.
Yeah.
First branch. Emma.
Okay. Yeah. That.
Yeah,
I'd say
that
earned it.
looked beautiful. Yep. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Mank.
Yep. For the time period, of course.
Mulan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Pinocchio.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
heard
right.
about this.
Now
The
here are
Italian film.
nominees
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Best
yeah.
Original score.
I'm gonna have to
But
watch
we'll
that. I heard it's
battle
actually
Academy's
pretty good.
first branch.
I was gonna go to a screening of it and I missed it.
Oh.
Fuck.
Defy Bloods.
Got close. Okay. Yeah,
Mank.
yeah. Yep. Makes sense.
Sounded like him.
Minari.
Come on, Soul.
News of the World.
Yeah, good score in that one too.
Yeah.
And Soul.
Yep. That's the winner
This
right
is
there.
so exciting.
Yeah, that should win for sure.
The Writers'
that
Branch
should win.
nominates screenplays in 2 award categories: Best Adapted Screenplay and Best
this one's a big
Original
one.
Screenplay.
Yeah.
First is
see.
Best Adapted Screenplay. Borat
Let's
subsequent
go!
movie film, delivery of
Makes
prodigious
sense.
bribe to American
Is
regime
Borat
for
gonna get
make
nominated
benefit
for
once
Best
glorious
Picture?
nation
Yo,
of Kazakhstan.
poor her. She has to keep
Sacha
reading that
Baron
title.
Cohen,
I know.
Anthony
That's a lot of
Hines,
writers.
Dan
Come on,
Swimer,
Nick Jonas.
Peter Bainham,
You're her
Erica
husband.
Rivinoya, Dan
Nick Jonas is
Mazer,
getting a water break
Jenna
in while this is
Friedman,
happening. Christ
and Lee
almighty,
Kern.
that's a lot of people.
Story
Jeez.
by Sacha
It's not
Baron
even done.
Cohen, Anthony Hines, Dan Swimer, and
Good for
Nina
her.
Pedrad.
Jesus.
The Father,
Okay.
Christopher Hampton, and
I didn't know that was
Florian
adapted
Zeller.
from something. Huh, okay.
I didn't know either.
Nomadland, Chloe Zhao.
Okay.
Huh, okay.
And
I
earned a
didn't know it was
nomination.
One Man in
adapted, quite
Miami.
honestly.
I didn't know either.
Powers.
That I know is adapted. Kemp Powers.
And
Yeah.
He
The
also
White
helped
Tiger,
with Soul, I know that.
Ramin Deraji.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow,
Congrats,
what's that?
Ramin.
Yay.
It's on
And now
Netflix.
the nominees
It's
for Best
Okay.
Original Screenplay.
yeah, it's a. I haven't
Judas
seen a whole lot,
and
but it's
the
a
Black
comedy.
Messiah,
There you go.
Will
Yes.
Burson, and Shaka King.
Yeah, that earned it.
Story by Will Burson,
After
Shaka
this, we should
King,
probably pause it.
Kenny Lucas,
yeah.
and Keith Lucas. Minari, Lee
Okay,
Isaac
makes
Chung.
sense. Lines up with what I've heard.
Promising Young Woman, Emerald
Okay.
Fennell. Sound of Metal, Darius Marder and Abraham Marder. Story by Darius Marder and Derek Cianfrance.
Derek Cianfrance wrote that? Oh, shit.
And The
didn't know
Trial of the Chicago 7,
Yep.
Aaron Sorkin.
Nice.
Aaron
Okay.
Sorkin, is he a newbie?
Yeah, we've
Must
never
be
heard of
new,
him.
yeah.
There you go.
No, that's so weird because two of those movies I'd expect to actually be on some material in
Yeah.
Judas and Trial, but those are technically original. That's so weird, huh?
Right. Yeah, I thought
Okay.
they would have made those
Yeah.
adapted for sure, especially if like Nomadland is adapted. Unless there's a book, which
Yeah, I
I
didn't
didn't
know
know.
Nomadland was based on it. I mean, I can look it up quickly, but yeah,
Yeah, cuz
Nomadland shocked me for that one. Borat, I knew would go there because they technically count sequels as adapted, which is
yeah.
one of the weird things. So
Yeah.
Nomadland is based on a book, Nomadland:
Oh,
Surviving
okay.
America in the 21st Century. I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
I did not know that either.
What was the other one? Oh, The Father.
Yeah, The Father.
That was the other one. I didn't know that was based on something.
That's probably based off of a book. That seems like something that
Uh,
would be.
It's based off a French play, Le Perret or La
Okay.
Perret is what it's based off of. I probably mispronounced that, but okay, so cool. I didn't know. So that actually does make a lot of sense actually from what I've seen of it. It's a lot
Right.
of tight corridor shots and very small cast, and so that does kind of line up. Yeah, for adapted, I don't know if I'd actually seen any of the nominees in that one. I don't remember.
hmm Well,
Uh
I saw Borat, which I
yeah,
mean,
please, yeah.
for last year, I think it's my favorite of the year still. I did see Judas and the Black Messiah and Nomadland as well. Those I
Okay.
counted for this year because they were released in theaters this year. I know you put them on 2020, or you
Yeah,
would put them on 2020.
I moved them back, yeah.
Yeah, but just because they came out in theaters and they're counting this up till I think the end of February as
Yes.
potential
Yeah, yeah.
nominees, that's why I still kept in 21. If I moved it,
I
Nomadland would definitely be my number one. But yeah,
Yeah,
that was
my
well
personal
deserved.
thing was I when I rate my films, I
Hmm.
put them in 2021, and
Yeah,
then if they received a nomination for any of the major awards, so for me that's the guilds and the Academy, if they
yeah.
received an award nomination there, then I bumped them back up. So like
Okay.
Judas moved back, Nomadland when I see it will be on 2020. So that's how I look at it. Yeah,
Okay.
so I was able to pull up a list so I can keep up with it as we're going through. I haven't seen any of the adapted films actually. Nomadland, I'm going to see very soon. Borat
Hmm.
again, I can't see. The Father, actually, where I'm going, because I'm going away for a few days. Where I'm going, I actually think has a theater playing The Father near me, so I might actually go try and see
Okay.
that. Because I know the theaters are around that area.
Right.
Yeah. So again, I haven't seen any of these. I want to do another one of these videos closer to it when I've seen them all, so I can actually predict.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it. As for original,
Hmm.
um, I very, very much because I have seen most of these. I'm actually very, very much behind the idea of Judas and the Black Messiah getting it because I
Hmm.
love how that film, and that film, from what I know about its history, was essentially two scripts kind of put together. Like
Hmm.
the writers sets on these were working on different projects that became one project,
Yeah.
and to do that's hard enough. I mean, we've seen plenty of films that are fucked up because it's more than one vision being put to one. But I
Yeah.
think this is the best version of it where it's executed in such a way that you see the points of view of both leads and you fully
Hmm.
believe it and you fully understand it and you empathize with both of them in a certain way. So
Right.
I'm 100% behind that one winning it. But overall, a solid list, really good list so far.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No major blunders that I can think of, except for me.
Hmm.
Up until I saw Judas, my favorite film of last year was The Five Bloods, but I just figured based off of the fact that Netflix only has so much money, they
Yeah.
didn't seem to be pushing for it, so I figured it probably wouldn't get many nominations.
Hmm.
But outside of that, everything else seems to be hitting.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Um. Alrighty.
Let's
I'll
keep on.
get that to do.
Since you did two in a row, I think I'm going to announce two short film categories,
It's only
both
fair.
overseen by the Short Films and Feature Animation branch. For Best Animated Short Film, here are the nominees. Burrow,
Okay.
I don't know if
Genius
that is.
Loci, If Anything Happens, I Love You,
Sounds
Opera,
nice.
and Yes People.
Okay.
For
Sure.
best live action short film,
Yeah, sure.
nominees
Why not?
are
Sure. I don't know any of them. I can't comment.
I only know about
Same
Burrow.
here. Oh, you know
It's on
Burrow?
Disney.
Okay.
through
Yeah, it's on
It's on
Disney
Disney?
Plus.
Oh, okay, cool.
The Letter Room, The Present,
It's a Christmas
Two
movie.
Distant Strangers,
That makes sense. Yeah, present.
and White Eye.
Congratulations to everyone.
Okay, Nick,
Now,
yours were way
the
easier than
nominees
hers.
for an
Come on now.
actor
Yeah.
in a supporting
Like
role.
he didn't have
They
to read
are
Borat and
He
the
had to read
entire
Borat
title.
twice.
Sacha
Okay.
Baron Cohen in The Trial of the Chicago
Thank
Seven.
God.
Fuck yes. Okay, good one, good one. I
Daniel
want to pause after
Kaluuya
this.
in
Okay.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
That's his award.
That's his award to lose.
Leslie
yeah.
Odom Jr.
Leslie Odom, good for
in
you.
One Night
not
in
for not for Hamlet.
Paul Rassi.
Yeah, thank God
in
it wasn't
Sound of
Hamilton.
Metal.
Hamilton.
Thank
Not
God.
Hamlet.
And Lakeith Stanfield.
Holy cow!
We
Okay.
still have
Okay, hold
more
on. Can we
nominee
pause it?
announcements. We'll be back.
I
at
don't-
Yeah, they're
31.
taking a break anyway.
They're taking a break. Okay, can
Yeah,
we
so-
talk about the Academy and how they allow things to push? Because listen, I understood why Daniel Kaluuya was being pushed for supporting. Like it's his award to lose at this point. I think.
Yeah.
A very close second for me would be Sasha. I thought he was brilliant in that film.
Oh yeah.
How did the two leads of Judas and the Black Messiah both end up in supporting actor?
I don't know.
Okay, that's the biggest
I'm-
blunder thus far. But
I
I'm glad
would've-
because like Lakeith was getting no love anywhere.
I know.
So I'm
Right.
glad he got one. But like, damn,
Right.
how the hell they like? I would have put him in
Yeah.
lead.
Yeah.
And given, like, for me personally, I would have given that last spot to, not because he's passed, because I think he earned it, either Chadwick for the Five Bloods, or
Mhm.
if you want to go the other way, Delroy Lindo for the Five Bloods. I also thought
Yeah.
it was very worthy. Maybe I'll be shocked and he shows up in lead, because that's another
Lead,
one where
right.
you could argue who the lead of that film is.
True.
But yeah, that's really weird to me how a film's two leads end up in supporting. I don't know if you've ever seen
know.
that before.
I haven't either. I would have put, if I was the studio, and maybe this is why I'm not the head of the studio, I would have pushed them
Maybe.
both for lead, or at least one of them.
Yeah.
Lead or not lead, I'm surprised Lakeith got nominated. Like, he absolutely earned that nomination.
Yeah, no, he's brilliant, but he was getting
absolutely.
no love anywhere.
I know. So that caught me off guard. I'm happy for that. I mean, it's going to be Daniel Kaluuya's to lose. He
Yeah.
absolutely deserves it. And then I agree with you. Sacha Baron Cohen is right there at number 2.
Like,
if Judas and
if it's not him, then
Mhm.
it's got to be Sasha. It's got to be.
it's definitely going to be one of them. I mean, if they would have put Daniel Kaluuya as the lead, which I mean, I'm surprised many studios are really pushing, because I have a feeling who's going to be nominated.
Yeah.
And if I'm
Which
correct,
I-
they're going to win.
Yeah, like I've understood as much. To me, it's like Christian Bale in The Fighter, where it's like, okay, the lead acting category is so stacked this year that we take our
Mhm.
performance, we know we can win. Let's argue because they're co-leads, he can be supporting, and let's push him under
Right.
there. Because technically, if it's between Judas or the Black Messiah, he does come second.
True, yeah.
In the title.
Yeah.
So it's like, if we want to argue that, we can. But yeah, I mean, good for them. I'm glad Lakeith is getting the notice, because he's been improving and improving for years in every film he's in. So I'm glad he's getting the love. But yeah, that's the weirdest decision I've seen thus far.
Absolutely.
But hey, if it's not a major snub that's the weird decision, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Take it.
Hey, I'll take that for sure.
So we go on.
Absolutely. All right. And I did skip ahead past the break. So I'll pull that up. Bam. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right,
he's
let's go.
kind of touching her. That's sweet.
He's making sure
Welcome
she's
back.
okay. She just found out she has to read
Or
Borat
if you
again.
just got up
Yeah.
and are joining us now, welcome. Let's continue with the nominations. Members of the Academy's documentary branch have chosen
Okay,
these
not
nominees for
Borat.
best documentary.
Or I don't. Maybe they will count it as a documentary.
Collective
Just part of it as a documentary.
Just the part of it that counts.
Crip
Yes.
Camp.
Maybe we'll get
Yeah,
a
geez.
foreign film nomination, international
My
film
octopus
nominee.
teacher.
Borat.
and Time.
I
Okay.
never see
For best
documentaries, but the
documentary
titles
short
always
subject,
intrigue
here
me.
are the nominees.
I know, right?
Colette.
Okay.
Cool.
A concerto
Is it about
is a
Toni Collette?
conversation.
Tony Collette. A
Do not
concerto.
split.
Ooh, fancy.
Hunger Ward.
By the way, thank you to those who are
And
watching
a love
live. We
song
do
for
appreciate it.
Latasha.
Yes. Thank you. Thank
Congratulations,
you. Thank you.
everyone. The nominees for Best International Feature Film
There we go.
Borat.
voted on by
Here we go. She's
Academy
got to read
members
Borat
from
again.
all branches, living and working outside, all over the world. The nominees are Another Round, Denmark.
Not surprising.
Better Days, Hong
Is
Kong.
that the Mickelson one?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Collective, Romania.
Okay. Romania. Good for
The
them.
Man Who Sold His Skin, Tunisia.
Actually, I haven't heard of most of these.
Quo Vadis Aida, Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Oh, very nice for the pronunciation. Well done.
Thank you.
Wait,
That
is
might be as
Minari
hard as
not?
Borat's title.
Is
Sound
Minari
branch
not a
of the
foreign film?
Academy chooses
No,
the
it's technically
nominees
American.
For best achievement
Okay.
in sound.
It's a co-production,
They
so
are
they count as American.
Oh, okay.
Greyhound,
Oh, the Tom Hanks one.
Meg.
Okay.
Oh, I thought. Oh yeah, that's
Man.
right. I
News
thought.
of
I
the
for a
world.
second thought it was the bus service.
Soul,
News of the World. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Good
The
for Soul.
Sound of Metal.
I feel like that's got to be Sound of Metals,
The
right?
production design branch
Yeah.
nominates these films for
Because the
best
sound
production
in that,
design.
the way they engineer it, is so well done.
I know. It should have been nominated for foreign
The
film.
Father.
Yep.
The Father. Okay.
Ma
Probably because
Rainey's
of the
Black
play
Bottom.
setup and. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Mank.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah. Mank
News
is.
of the World.
Mank is Academy fodder. It's
And
picking
Tenet.
up all
Oh,
these
yeah.
awards. Oh shit, Tenet!
Congratulations.
Wow.
Here are the nominees for Best Film
There we go.
Editing, chosen by members of the Academy's Film Editors Branch.
This
The
one's
Father.
big for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Nomadland,
Okay. Oh, she edited it? I
Promising
didn't know
Young
that.
Woman,
Oh, that, awesome.
Sound of Metal,
Okay.
and The Trial of the Chicago Seven.
Yep.
Even more impressive.
The Academy
Chloe Zhao.
Cinematographer's
yeah.
branch nominate the following for best cinematography.
Okay, here we go.
Borat. But
Judas
he's gonna
and the
make her
Black
read it.
Messiah.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
There you go.
It was a beautiful film. Yep.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
News of the World.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Nomadland.
Yeah, that's probably gonna
And
win
the
it.
Trial of the Chicago Seven.
Okay.
Honestly,
Also
if it's
nominations.
not Nomadland, then I'd say News of the
The
World. I
Visual
thought those
Effects
Western
branch
shots were
voted for
beautiful.
these films to be the
Yeah,
nominees
it's gonna be
for
one of
Best
those,
Visual
but-
It's
Effects.
one of those. Oh, VFX, here we go.
Love and Monsters,
Hey, there we
The
go.
Midnight Sky,
That movie did look good for the budget it had.
Mulan.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Mulan? Okay. Alright.
The One and Only Ivan,
Wow.
Really?
That kinda
I haven't
caught me
seen
off
it,
guard.
so-
When
Hell
you
yeah.
think of me, you naturally think of
Huh.
best makeup and hairstyling. However, they didn't let me.
Oh, Nick,
Instead, the
you
members of that
goober.
Academy branch nominate the following films:
They're trying.
Yeah.
Emma,
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
that.
Yeah, that makes
Hillbilly
sense.
Elegy,
Sure.
That's probably gonna win
They
it.
Ma
look
Rainey's
poor.
Black Bottom,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Mank,
Have you seen Viola's face in that?
and
know.
Pinocchio.
Comic card. Okay.
Oh, really?
This next
Cool.
category
I need to
is
see this
voted
Pinocchio
on
film.
by short films
I need
and
to watch it,
feature
too. I heard
animation
it's good.
branch, as well
Better than the
as
last one.
members of the animation community across all branches.
It's the second attempt
Here
for
are the
Roberto
nominees
Benigni.
for Best
Yeah.
Animated
You
Feature
got it right
Film.
this
Oh,
time.
here we go.
Onward,
Okay.
Okay. Ah, it's weird that
Over
that's
the
first.
I need to see that.
Ashawn the
What is
Sheep
that
Movie,
one?
Wow.
Fucking hell, really?
Nice.
Soul,
Good for them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that's
not
gonna
gonna
win
win it, but Soul's
Gotta
gonna
win
win
Wolf
it.
Walkers.
It's got to be Soul.
Yeah.
Let's
And now here
I will
is
be
the
happy
other
if Shaun the
category,
Sheep
pause that
movie
real
by
quick?
the
wins.
music branch.
Sure.
Here are their nominees for best
Let me pull it
original
up.
song.
Do we want to let the song go
Boom.
first? Do we care about song?
Yeah, we can do it. Let's do it real quick.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Because Borat's got to get
Here
the
are
nominee
votes from the trial
for
of the
that song.
Chicago
It's so
Seven.
good.
Okay, also from the credits. Good job.
Husavik
Yeah.
from Eurovision Song Contest. The Story of Fire Saga.
Okay.
Sure.
Why not?
POC, Scene from The Life Ahead. La Vita Davanti a Se. And Speak Now from One Night in Miami.
Okay.
Nope. Okay.
So take the Eurovision thing out right now and put Borat's song in there because that was so much better.
Was it potentially offensive? Is that
Yeah,
why it's not there?
it was offensive, but to the opposite party that most people in Hollywood support. So
Oh,
it
fair enough.
probably would have won if it got nominated.
Fair enough. Um, yeah, I mean, let's go back to animated. Good for Shaun the
Yeah,
Sheep, man.
I know that surprised me.
But can we? Because I don't even think the first one got nominated the year it came out.
It might have.
I don't remember.
I'll have to look.
Because 2015 was a decently packed year. That was the year Inside Out came out.
Yeah.
I remember that being a decently packed year for film. Plus, The Good Dinosaur probably got a pity count because it's Disney.
Mm-hmm. True.
I've never heard of two of those. I'd never heard of Wolfwalkers, and the one that you called out, I'd never seen.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Let me, because I have the list here.
I
Over
don't
the
remember.
Moon. Over
Yeah.
the Moon. I've never heard of that. But other than that, yeah, like the rest of them all make sense. I thought Onward was really, really good. I thought Soul was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, song. Most of those make sense. Like they, three of those kind of fall into the same genre for me, which is like the Odom one from One Night in Miami, the
Yeah.
Trial of Chicago 7 song, and the Judas song are all,
Yeah.
I believe, like their credit power anthem songs at the end of the film. It's kind of like when Cynthia Erivo got nominated last year for Harriet. There's like three
Right.
of those. Um, Maybe it's just my modern music taste, but for the sake of variety, I would have loved to see Travis Scott get put in there for The Plan from Tenet.
Yeah.
Not that
just
it's
might
a
as well.
best song nominee. I like the idea that like Travis
That he
Scott
gets
has
it
to
done.
perform at the Oscars. That'd be such
Right.
a weird switch up. That'd be like when
Yeah.
The Weeknd performed a Sex Jam a few years ago. Like, why is he here?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
That's so weird. Or Eminem last year. At the
Eminem,
Oscars.
yeah. Shit, even when The Lonely Island performed for Everything
Yeah.
Is Awesome.
That was a great
That was a
performance.
great performance. And
It
it was
was
great.
so good.
No. All the performances I'm listing are good performances. Like, they
Yeah,
put in
yeah.
the effort when they're there. It's just,
Mhm.
you see those weird ones show up every once in a while, and you're like, huh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
So I would have loved it for the entertainment factor, but
Yeah.
I get why it wasn't. It's
Yeah.
all right. It's a fine
True.
song.
Yeah, and I did look it up. Shaun the Sheep did get a nomination for Best
It did.
Animated Feature for the first one in 2015.
Well, good for them for getting it,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, it deserve it.
those what is it? It's Aardvark, right? Aardvark Animation,
I
or
think
Aardmark,
so.
or one of those. I forget the
Yeah.
name, but uh, for years they've been making these, because that's the same company that did
Mhm.
Wallace and Gromit,
Yeah.
Flushed Away,
Yeah.
Pirates, Band of Misfits, like all these just really good, solid films. So good for them for getting another one under their belts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm good if you are.
Alrighty. And then
Because we got to be getting to the big boys now, right?
yes.
Actor in a leading role.
There we go.
The Actors
Here we
Branch
go.
members nominate.
Come on,
Get that ready.
come on, Sacha Baron Cohen. For
Riz
Borat.
Ahmed in Sound of Metal.
Yeah,
Riz
he
Ahmed,
earned it.
makes sense. Yep, earned that.
Chadwick Boseman in Ma Rainey's
Yeah,
Black
it's
Hawk.
his.
It's probably his, yeah.
Anthony Hopkins in The Father.
If it's not Boseman, then I from what I've heard, it's
Gary
Hopkins.
Oldman
Yeah.
in Mank.
Mank, and he was good. He was good.
And Stephen Yeun in Minari.
Minari,
Congratulations
good
to
for
all those-
him.
You know,
And
let's Nick and them pop up.
I only know this because I remember reading it in like a pre-Academy Awards thing where they were talking about the different people that could be nominated for different awards.
Right.
Stephen Yeun getting that nomination makes him the first Asian actor, I believe, to be nominated for Best Actor, or maybe
Nice.
Asian American. But he's the first. Good. That's a good list.
Yes.
He got his 15 years ago, so
Yeah.
maybe that's why they didn't.
He deserved
backtrack
it. Look, I know he got
did.
nominated for Trial, but he deserves it. He's so
was-
good in Borat too.
I mean, if he was only gonna get it for one, I'm glad it was for Trial. But,
Yeah. But he's so good. Man.
Yeah, but I mean, and in my opinion, for the year that he had, because I do think other roles have to count into it to some effect. Like, I don't think you can nominate somebody for one and not look at the rest of the year they've had. I mean, we all know why Eddie lost for Dreamgirls, and it's because fucking
Yep.
Norbit came out. Like, that hurt
For-
his chances.
Yeah.
So between this and The Five Bloods, I think it would have been Chadwick's to lose anyways.
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, his passing does help his chances,
Yeah.
which is a shame to say, but it's the truth. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I think Heath, in that 5 that Heath got nominated with, Heath would have been 1 or 2 anyways. I
Yeah.
think his passing solidified it more than anything.
Right. It would have
So
been
again,
him or Robert Downey Jr.
probably, yeah, because those
I
were
feel.
the 2
Maybe
biggest
Brolin?
performances. What was
Maybe
Brolin
Brolin
nominated
for
that year?
Milk.
Oh, for Milk, yeah,
So
probably.
maybe him, but
There
it
were a few good ones, because wasn't Hoffman for Doubt that year as well?
maybe.
That was a good year. It was a good
Yeah,
year,
it
is what
was.
we're saying.
It was.
But
Man, they should have pushed Tropic Thunder just one more year, or
One more
push
year?
it to a year that Robert would have got his award.
One
But
more
no.
year.
But no, I mean, I'm not too awfully
good 5.
surprised though. Yeah,
That's a good 5.
it makes sense. Riz Ahmed was gonna get nominated. I feel like.
Mhm.
I once again didn't watch all of The Sound of Metal, but he's really good in it for what I saw, and so is Olivia Colman. I think she had to have been that, and then I assume Maddie's talking about Robert Downey Jr. or maybe Chadwick, but no, I for what I saw of Ma Rainey's, I think, and of course I haven't seen The Father yet, but Chadwick is the front runner regardless of if he passed or not. I think he would have won because not only did he have that, but he also had The Five Bloods too, so that adds to it. And yeah, I agree. So far,
Yeah,
pretty straightforward.
But in not a bad way.
Yeah, like it's good.
Because I mean, let's remember this is the same Academy that nominated Extremely Loud, Incredibly Close more than once, and like that's a film that shouldn't have gotten near the Oscars. So they can, and that's Oscar bait verbatim. So like they can be straightforward and still fuck it up. This seems to be pretty consistently like, no, they're getting this right. To me, the biggest surprise probably is Lakeith getting that's the biggest surprise thus far. Yeah, that's a good surprise, not a bad one.
Yeah.
So if you're ready, you can go forward.
Yeah, and poor Delroy Linda not getting nominated.
Delroy Lindo, yeah. That's the one snub for me. I think Delroy deserved a nomination. That was a great ensemble, but he really had to carry a lot of the emotional weight in that film. But like I said, Netflix clearly chose to put their money behind Mank more than anything.
Right.
So it is what it is.
True. So, it is what it is.
For actress in a leading role, the nominees are...
Yeah, probably.
Speaking of Nomadland.
Viola Davis in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Andra Day
kind of surprised
in
me.
The United States versus Billie Holiday.
Really? Okay.
Vanessa
so far.
Kirby in Pieces of a Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard
Frances McDormand in Nomadland.
Yep, there she is.
And Carey Mulligan in Promising Young Woman.
All amazing performances.
Alrighty.
All right,
so
so
it's probably Carey Mulligan's to lose if I had to guess.
Yeah,
But
probably.
I'll tell you what, this is the first I guess nomination where there are two people that I'm actually kind of surprised both got in, which was Viola Davis and who was after her, the
Day.
girl in like, I mean, one of them probably would have leaned more towards Viola, because I would have thought what's her name from
Jacob Borat. I forget her name, but the woman from Borat was nominated in support. She did get nominated.
Yeah, she got the supporting. But no, I was gonna say, what's her name? She was in Gone Girl, and she's in I Care a Lot this year.
Rosamund Pike.
Yeah, I thought she would have gotten in.
Oh, for I Care a Lot. Okay.
Yeah, because she was getting nominated a lot for other award shows I've noticed, or at least I believe she got nominated for a lot of them.
Probably for the Golden Globes.
Yeah, she won the Golden Globe for.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. But yeah, say that's what I've heard.
I'll double
too.
check its accolades.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
Apparently, she's only been nominated for the Golden Globe in comedy or musical.
So I'm wrong.
But she won.
But yeah, there you go. It says how much I pay attention to the awards this year.
Yeah, because I was
Um,
gonna say that one came out a little late, I think, to get the
right,
views in and stuff, because Netflix didn't really
true,
promote it. I didn't know it was a
right.
thing till it came out. But then
Yeah,
it
I
was like
didn't know
Rosamund
either.
Pike, Peter Dinklage.
Hmm.
Isn't Ana de Armas in that as well? Or am I thinking of
I
somebody
think
else?
so, maybe. But no, I
Uh,
mean,
yeah, Isaac Gonzalez. That's who it is.
okay, yeah, because for me, I thought Francis McDormand was really, really good in Nomadland.
Okay.
But if I had to put two people up as far as who I think are probably going to be the two front runners, it would be Carrie Mulligan and then Vanessa Kirby. I haven't
Okay.
seen a Piece of a Woman yet,
But
but I've
I've heard
heard
it's all
like,
her.
yeah, I heard she's absolutely incredible in that movie, and then I've heard same thing with Carrie Mulligan. Frances McDormand, really good, but she did get a win last year, so they might be taking that into account because I'm sure it's going to win a lot of awards this year. So maybe they'll be like, you know what, you won your Best Actress last year. We're going to go ahead. We're going to give it to one of these two
Did
because I
she
don't
win
think
last
Carrie
year?
Mulligan was one. Yeah, she won whenever Billboards was nominated.
Oh, okay, so a couple years ago. But yeah, it was
Okay,
recent.
so yeah, so but she won it recently, so they might be
True.
like, okay, we'll give it to Carrie Mulligan or we'll give it to Vanessa.
She kind of already did get her legacy award.
Yeah,
Um,
and she's got two of them anyway, so who cares?
she won
Because I
for
think she
did
won
she win for
for
Fargo?
Fargo. I'm pretty sure
Which
she won
makes
for Fargo.
sense. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put it far off them giving it to because there's a historical pattern with the best actress category, and I think
yeah,
that's why we saw Andrea Day and Vanessa Kirby get nominated. There is a historical thing with this category of like, for some reason, it's consistently filled with films that never get nominated anywhere else, but
yeah,
is just the actresses had the performances. It's one of those one big categories where there's always the outlier. I mean, I remember the one that comes to mind for me immediately was when, uh, oh my god, why am I blanking on her name? Oh my fucking god,
mm,
she was in that shitty film Dark Phoenix,
oh,
and
Jessica Chastain
Jessica Chastain. Yes, no,
for
Julianne Moore. Julianne Moore. That's what it is. Julianne. She wasn't
okay,
in Dark Phoenix, but I'm
yeah, I
confusing
was
them.
gonna say, I was like,
Julianne
is it Jessica
Moore.
Chastain?
Julianne Moore won for Still Alice, which was like a fine film with her and Alec Baldwin. She was really good in it, but like they have that history of giving it to films like that.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't be shocked if like a Kirby won, or even Promising Young Woman hasn't been
Yeah,
nominated much elsewhere. So like that wouldn't
right.
be shocking.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I think Carrie Mulligan's the front runner right now.
Probably,
However, I could see
and
Vanessa
she's
Kirby
great.
getting the
So
win. Yeah, say I
yeah.
haven't seen it yet, but I'm just going off of what I've heard. It's sounding like it's Carrie Mulligan's to lose at this point, but
All right.
I'm gonna have them all watched beforehand. So we'll do a
We'll do another one of these where
yeah,
we've seen everything.
we'll give our predictions. Maybe we
Now
can
that
do
we know
like
what to watch.
maybe we can do it the week before or something like that too.
Yeah.
I don't know, but alrighty, let's get to the
Don't hold
next
us to
one.
that, but
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Maybe
all
we can
right.
also do an after dark for the
For
big stuff.
directing, the Academy Directors Branch
Okay.
has chosen these nominees:
I'm glad the directors chose them.
She's gonna have to do Borat again.
Thomas Vinterberg, Another Round;
Wow.
Oh, good for him.
David Fincher, Mank;
Yep, that lines
Yeah.
up.
It's no
It's
surprise.
Fincher.
Lee Isaac Chung, Minari;
Good for
Okay.
him.
Chloe Zhao, Nomadland;
Okay.
Probably
For
hers
her.
to lose.
and Emerald Fennell, Promising Young Woman.
That is an interesting category.
And
Alrighty.
Based off what I've seen and what I've heard, I cannot disagree with any of those choices.
Right.
I haven't seen the Mickelson film, but that's an interesting category. I mean,
I know.
so because I have the list in front of me as well. So
Mhm.
Lee Isaac Chung, Emerald Fennell, David Fincher, Thomas Vinterberg, and Chloe Zhao.
Yeah. Which
That is
oh,
wow.
go back to the list again. All right. Yeah, you just read the list. But yeah, I haven't seen all of Mank yet either. I've seen
I need
say
to see
about
most
30
of these,
minutes of it.
honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch more of them. But no, I'm surprised the guy who directed Another Round got nominated. But there was that. Is it called Cold War? Is that
Yeah,
it's,
Pavel Pavlovsky or whatever his name
yeah,
is.
it was
Yeah.
that reminds me of a situation with him where he got nominated, or where he got nominated for best director, and that just kind of came out of nowhere. Because you don't, if have a movie that was nominated for best international film now, get a best
It's
director nomination, it makes it,
Pawlikowski.
yeah. So that, I mean, it kind of reminds me of that, where it was more of a surprise, but maybe another round's going to get nominated. I've heard it's like awesome. Like, I heard really good things about it, so maybe it gets a Best Picture nomination.
Maybe.
Like I said, I'm not
I've only
surprised with
seen
Dave Fincher.
the one scene with him dancing at the end,
Oh,
because
I
like that went around.
uh-huh,
It's very well done. It looks very beautiful. It's got a great color
right.
palette to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, that is a unique list, but I
Yeah,
like it because
me too.
there have been years, and like obviously Fincher got the nom, but there have been years
Yeah,
where it's like Martin Scorsese
yeah,
and da da da, and it's like, right, so
right.
these are the five oldies. We expect them to
Mhm.
be there. Let's get a Spielberg. I like
Right.
that this is a different,
Me too.
unique, younger group. It's shining a light on filmmakers.
Absolutely.
I think it's anyone's but Fincher, and I love Mank, but I just think, you don't put all those new people in there just to hand
Mhm.
it to Fincher.
Right.
Um, but yeah, any of those, I'd love to see them win. And obviously, once I've
Yeah.
seen all the films, I can really judge it. But
Right. I gotta watch Minari.
Minari, I've heard it's good.
I heard it's great. I gotta see that, but no, I at this point I would almost say the lockout of any of the nominee or any of the awards would be this so far. I think it's Chloe Zhao's to lose. I
Chloe
think
Zhao,
Chloe
yeah.
Zhao's going to absolutely win for best director.
Okay.
She did a really good job with that. But hey, if Lee Isaac Chang wins, I'm going to assume that's how you say his name. If he wins
Chung, I
best
believe.
director, Chung, okay,
Yeah, Chung,
Chung,
Lee Chung.
uh, okay. But if he wins, just based off what I've heard of Minari, I wouldn't be entirely surprised.
No, like
But I think it's
the
Chloe's
for me, the only person, I mean, I guess again, because I love the Five Bloods, except for maybe
out.
Spike, the only person missing from this list that I would have put on here is
Hmm.
Shaka King. And
Okay, yeah,
honestly, I think Shaka King did a way better job than Fincher. So if as it's the only one I've seen, I would totally drop Fincher for Shaka King.
right,
Um, but outside of that, like yeah, the rest of the list
yeah,
seems great, and Fincher did a great job with Mank. Like I'm not debating that. And once I've seen
hmm,
all of them, then I can really have an opinion. But I love this list in theory
me
because
too.
it's for filmmakers that are so new to the industry.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, let's be real. If Zhao wins this, all eyes are on Eternals.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, in a way that we have like that film is going to get more hype on it than Guardians is,
Yes.
because the woman who just won Best Director has a
Hmm.
Marvel film in 6 months. Like
Hmm. How much you
all
want to
eyes
bet?
turn.
How much you want to bet they wait to release the first trailer until after the Oscars? That way, if she wins, they can in the trailer for the first trailer they can put from director Chloe Zhao,
Oh yeah,
Academy Award winner for
Academy Award winner Chloe Zhao. Yep.
yeah,
No, yeah, they don't have to, and they won't have to wait long because it's in a couple weeks,
true.
I think. Um,
Yeah, it's in
yeah,
April
I,
sometime.
I, I don't think it's that far off. As someone who I've seen Mank, and I like
Yeah.
Mank was in my top 20 of last year. I
Mm,
think Mank's a really, really good film. Um, for me, for him, it's the direction of the actors.
yeah.
Like the performances in that film, from top to bottom, are all very well done, very
Mm,
realistic. And obviously, Seyfried and Oldman got nominated. Excuse me, got nominated. So
yeah.
to me, that's where the nomination comes from, is how good performances he got out of it.
Mm,
Because quite frankly, I don't, and this is no disrespect to Fincher's father, because I know that's why he basically left the script untouched.
mhm,
Fincher's father wasn't a screenwriter. This was something he was passionate about, so he wrote a script about
yeah.
it. It's not the best script. I think there's a reason it,
Mhm,
it got left out of those nominations. It's not the best script,
right.
um, but it is a good enough story that a filmmaker like Fincher, with the passion for it being his father, was able to take it and turn it into something great. So,
True. Yeah, I do agree with you real quick before we get to the, and I believe it's gonna be Best Picture next because I
yes,
did
that
hear
is one
Nick
more.
say finally. But Shaka King, I agree. I would have nominated him over Fincher.
Yeah.
I do agree with um, I do agree with Maddie as well, kind of, that Fincher did get nomination partly
The
because
name
of the name.
helps.
I think the fact that it's based around Hollywood with
Oh
Citizen
yeah.
Kane, that plays a big factor into it too.
Oh yes.
I think this is definitely possible. I hope they release it before or after because
I
I want to
think
do a trailer reaction to it. And
part of me thinks like I think they'll wait till like the day after because I
they
think
might.
if you can drop a trailer, it because if she wins, I think dropping a trailer with Academy
Yeah.
Award winner Chloe Zhao is another step up over just Academy and
Yeah.
not that Academy Award nominee isn't great, you know.
Right.
It'll be like the same thing for Daniel Kaluuya. I love that for the last couple of years, everything he's been in has been able
Hmm.
to say Academy Award nominee because of Get
Yeah.
Out. If
True.
he wins, it's going to be
Then
one
that
step better.
elevates it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Now,
one step better.
I almost wouldn't be entirely shocked if they do a
Maybe
trailer
right after she wins.
right after she
Just
wins.
drop it
So
right
it's
after
like
she wins.
just drops it right before you do Best Picture
If we're
nominations.
if we're being real though, the only reason I don't think they would, and it'd be
Uh-huh.
brilliant if they did to capitalize, the
Yeah,
only reason I don't think they would is because they still have Shang-Chi in the middle.
true. And we haven't even gotten a
Um,
trailer for that.
part of me wonders if they don't want to because people have been asking we talked
Mhm.
about this before we went live, but I recently saw an indie film called Long Weekend, and when I checked out the
Yeah,
trailer after the film for it, all the people were in the comments like, because it's a Sony film, we don't want this, we want the Spider-Man trailer. And it's like,
yeah,
motherfuckers, you got 2 films between Spider-Man and now. Like,
yeah.
let
True.
3 films. Let's calm ourselves. Let's let the films come out. Let's let the marketing work.
Absolutely.
That's the only thing I could see, but maybe even just a teaser, like a first
Right.
look.
True.
Because how do you not capitalize on that opportunity?
I know.
Right on the hype of her winning, go to
Yeah.
ad break, Eternals trailer.
Right. Because I believe it was supposed to come out before Shang-Chi anyway, but
Originally it
no.
was, yes.
The other guy I'm kind of surprised didn't get nominated was Aaron Sorkin. I'm
Oh,
kind of
true.
surprised he didn't get nominated.
I thought he did a better job than Fincher,
Yeah, me
honestly.
too. I would have swapped them for sure.
It's just Mank's subject topic is Hollywood, and if there's anything
Yeah,
Hollywood loves,
it's Hollywood.
if you've ever been hurt by Hollywood, they love jacking themselves off. Just
Yep.
literal, both metaphorically and unfortunately literally at times.
Yeah.
They love themselves some Hollywood.
Hmm.
So old Hollywood, Herman J. Mankiewicz is a lot of people. If you haven't seen the film, he's the
Yeah.
writer of Citizen Kane, which is the Citizen Kane
Yeah.
of films. Like,
Yeah.
this
So
movie was made to be nominated.
absolutely. Yeah, this was like
So
honestly, I'm surprised no other studio like really like tried
look
to
at Once
like
Upon a Time in
yeah.
Hollywood.
I'm
That's
gonna say,
exactly
yeah.
it. Yep.
True. And
Tarantino hit the same beats, and I think that's a better
I
film.
like it. Yeah, it's by what I've seen, it definitely was better. Granted,
It's
I haven't
better than
seen all of
Mank.
Mink.
It's
But
better than Mank, yeah.
yeah, it doesn't surprise me. But
Better
no, I
written,
mean,
admittedly.
look, the ending of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is probably a lot better than anything in Mink, if I had to guess. Um, just the ending alone.
More entertaining.
That's
I'll
why
give it that.
that's why I was like, okay, yeah, fine. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, not the greatest movie. The ending, okay, nominate it. But now let's go back to Nick Jonas. He's wearing a gold jacket too. I just realized that because it's the award is gold.
Finally, the nominees for Best Picture voted by all members
Can Nick
of the
Jonas
Academy.
escape without saying Borat?
Here we go. And I think he's preparing.
Ready?
The Father, David
Okay.
Parfit, Jean-Louis Levy, and Philippe Carcassonne, producers.
It's gotta be Borat next, right? No, wait.
Judas and the Black
It's
Messiah.
already at F,
Shaka
so it's not
King,
Borat.
Charles D. King and Ryan Coogler, producers.
Oh, I didn't know Coogler. Oh yeah, Coogler to produce that. Good
Yeah.
for him. Best picture.
Mank, Cian Chafin, Eric Roth, and Douglas Urbanski, producers.
Okay.
She keeps thinking, please don't be Borat for me, please.
Minari, Christina O,
Okay.
producer.
Good for them.
Nomadland, Francis McDormand,
Yeah.
Peter Spears, Molly Asher,
Damn,
Dan
Chloe Zhao
Janvey,
produced this
and
thing
Chloe
too?
Zhao, producers.
She
Jeez.
just put herself in everything. Did she film it
Promising
too?
Young Woman.
Yeah.
Ben Browning, Ashley Fox,
Wow.
Emerald Fennell, and Josie McNamara, producers.
Makes
Kind of
sense from what I've
surprised, but
heard.
not surprised at the same time.
Sound of Metal, Bert Hemling and Sacha Ben Harosh, producers.
That was Sacha Baron Cohen for a
Yeah,
sec.
I thought it was
And
Sasha
last,
Baron too.
The Trial of the Chicago Seven.
Good.
Mark Platt and Stuart
Thank
Besser,
you.
producers.
Woo!
Yay.
All right,
Okay,
there's
I
the
guess
list.
we can.
That's
I
a
guess we
perfect
can leave it
image
up.
to pause
Yeah.
on. So The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, The Trial of the Chicago Seven. Those are our Best Picture nominees for 2020. How many are there? That's the 3, 6, 8.
8 of them. Okay.
Okay. I think they hit most of them. I think they hit most of them. Like, again, for my personal taste, I thought The Five Bloods deserved it, but they weren't pushed. Netflix didn't push. It seems like they also didn't push really for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Ma Rainey, yeah.
Outside of the acting, they didn't really push
Yeah.
for Ma Rainey either. It got like the costuming and stuff like that, but they really only pushed for in acting. I think it could have gone there.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the only other film that got nominated more like in the awards that I think could have gone there is maybe News of the World.
Yeah. Maybe Tom Hanks or the girl in it too.
I just mean for Best Picture.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Hanks was good, but Hanks isn't good enough to unseat any of them.
Okay.
I thought to me that was okay. This was another really, really good Tom Hanks performance, but nothing more. Yeah, I like it. I think for the most part they got everything they could, and obviously a lot of the obvious bigger Oscar films from this year got pushed. Like I'm sure this time next year, we'll be looking at things like West Side Story by Spielberg.
Yeah.
And we'll be looking at some of those more obvious films that got pushed for the sake of release and monetary reasons. We'll be looking at those. But I actually like it because I think it gave room to films that are so small they may not have had a shot at this if it weren't for some of the bigger boys stepping out of the way. For me personally, and again, I haven't seen all of them, so once I do, then I can really speak on it more because I will watch all of these at the very least.
Me too.
For me, it's Judas and the Black Messiah.
Okay.
Would be my win. I have a history with the Oscars where the movie that I usually think is number one doesn't. Usually, it's very funny. The first 2 years, my picks to win won, which was Birdman. When I really started paying attention to the Oscars, Birdman and then Spotlight was my pick for that year, and Spotlight won. Since then, usually what I believe should win doesn't, or in the case of like 8th Grade in 2018, which that was my favorite film of that year, wasn't even nominated.
I agree.
It's such an interesting year. For me personally, it's Judas. I don't know if it will. I want it to so badly, but I don't know if it will because I think there's a lot of safer choices they could go for.
Right.
I certainly think that, and not that it's a bad message completely by any means, but I certainly think it does send a message if a Fred Hampton biopic wins Best Picture, and unfortunately it'll be taken certain ways by certain people. Like, I don't want Mank to win. I think that's just the safest pick. I could see Nomadland. I could see Trial. But I think it should be Judas for my sake.
So, for me, because I actually watched all of Judas and the Black Messiah, but I also saw Nomadland, and for me, and granted, I haven't seen everything that was nominated. Right now, Nomadland is my pick.
That's right.
It's so good. However, if I'm going to make a prediction right now, I think Minari's going to win.
Really?
I think that's going to win it. If I had to guess, I think it's going to come down to that in Nomadland. However, I think Chloe Zhao will win Best Director, and then it will split. Because that's usually how it went. Besides last year, there was like years where one would win Best Director, like with La La Land. You had
Giselle,
Best Director
Moonlight.
for Giselle, and then Moonlight won Best Picture.
After they fucked it up.
Yeah. So, that's why I think that's going to happen again, where Chloe Zhao's going to get the win for director, and then you're going to see Minari get Best Picture. So yeah, see, I agree with Maddie. I agree with him about the winner. That's just, and like I said, I haven't seen it yet. I gotta watch it, but if I'm going off of my gut, just right now, I feel like that's going to win because outside of last year with Parasite, it's usually the movie that I think is either second place or whatever, or is going to be the runner up, ends up winning. You had it with La La Land. I thought that was going to win. Ended up being Moonlight, which I thought was second. You had that, and then just all the others too that came the year after. I'm just not remembering. But yeah,
So
I think it's Minari's right now.
Your gut instinct is whatever is your next favorite takes it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I could certainly see it. And I do think the comment was right there. Certainly, after the year that 2020 was, I mean, you could give it to Judas. I also think for that reason you could give it to Trial, because Trial also does sort of tackle that with the Bobby Seale character.
Right.
Obviously not to the extent that Judas covers it, and Fred Hampton's in that film too, played by I can't remember the guy's name at this point, but another good actor. Yeah.
See, my family would love that. They're big Walking Dead fans, so they're definitely going to be rooting for him.
See, Glenn died for a reason, guys.
Yes, he died for the Oscar.
He died for an Oscar. Absolutely.
But I'll tell you what. I mean, he might have given the best performance of the year. I will be shocked if Chadwick doesn't win. If Chadwick loses, I would be I would fall out of my seat.
The only way I could have seen Chadwick losing is, which I thought for the longest time they would, is if he got a nomination for The Five Bloods as well. And so that way you have two options to give to him. Because I think universally we could look at it as it's for both, but this is what we're giving it for.
I know, that's one I'm surprised too. That kind of surprised me too, One Night in Miami. Like, director-wise,
Amazon didn't push.
Maybe, but she was getting nominated at all these award shows, it seemed like. I'm shocked. I'm blanking on her name, but I'm shocked she didn't get the nomination. Virginia King. I thought she would have gotten nominated for Best Director. I didn't even think about that. That surprises me, because I thought she would have been nominated. She probably wouldn't win, but I thought she would have got nominated for that, and I thought One Night in Miami would have been nominated for picture.
Yeah, so
it's a little bit after season 3. I stopped watching too, but I watched. I think it's 6 or 7.
So
she should have been. I thought. That shocks me.
I'm looking through the accolades to see what she got. So a lot of smaller awards gave it to her. In terms of bigger ones, she was nominated for Critics' Choice.
And then Golden Globes too. And then
Golden Globes she was nominated for.
Was it Directors Guild?
For the DGA. So she wasn't nominated for director, but she was nominated for Outstanding Directing First Time Feature Film.
Okay, so maybe that played a part in it?
And that's still pending. They haven't actually handed out those awards yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Independent Spirit Award, they only got nominated for the Robert Altman Award. She didn't actually receive any individual awards. Dom Jr. did get a Screen Actors Guild for supporting, so that makes sense that he got nominated here.
Yeah.
And I believe, what were the other ones? Kemp Powers for the script, and
I think so, yeah.
Was it the song? The song.
Yeah, the song got nominated.
The song got nominated, sure. That was one when I first heard about it. I thought this has a good chance at really blowing up the awards. Part of me thinks it's just Amazon didn't push,
maybe.
Especially because, and I know this may seem like a weird reasoning, but around the time that One Night in Miami was coming out, that was when Bezos was stepping down and somebody else was stepping up. And at the end of the day, I know the film division is separate from the shipping company, but Bezos
Mhm.
runs all of it at the end of the day. I'm
Right.
sure that dictates how much money was being put where. So maybe they weren't approving things like that because unfortunately, the Oscars is a
Maybe.
political game. You do have to campaign and push and go for it. Um, but yeah, I mean, to me at least, kind of recapping to wrap up, uh,
Yeah.
it was a lot of what I expected, but I'm glad because I thought this year really gave a chance for films that normally wouldn't get the opportunity to have a light shown on them. And I think it's good for establishing a lot of future filmmakers, giving them these early opportunities.
Hmm.
Um, because I think in any normal year, even a film as small as Nomadland,
Hmm.
like that only got really big pushes at the last minute in terms of money and campaigning. And that's only because I think they realized, no, there's not a lot here. We believe in her. There's a chance here.
Right.
But for the longest time, that was like a what's this film coming out? And the girl from Eternals, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
And
But
then
now it's a huge contender.
yeah.
The only surprises to me, I guess Shaun the Sheep counts for animated. That was shocking.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
But really the biggest surprise was Lakeith Stanfield in supporting, and it's not even so much that he got nominated that shocked me. It was just that's got to be
Yeah.
a flub of some kind. Like that's one of those. How do we
I
do
know.
that? Like,
Right.
but overall, there wasn't
Yeah.
anyone who got snubbed that I could easily justify being replaced. Maybe
Right.
the one exception being another director instead of Fincher for Mank,
Right.
but I understand why that's there.
Mhm.
So it that's a good year for me for the Oscars. There's
Yeah.
no
I agree.
the Lego Movie wasn't nominated. There's no Gyllenhaal wasn't nominated for Nightcrawler. There's none
Right.
of those. Like what? It's all
Yeah.
well for my taste. I could have argued for this, but
Mhm.
it didn't happen, and that's that. So I think that's a good year for the Oscars.
Yep. I guess Apple really didn't push Cherry hard enough.
No, they did not.
They did not.
They did not.
Didn't
They
get
did the
nominated for
Russos a favor,
anything.
from what I've heard.
Yeah, they wanted to keep that out. If anything was going to get nominated, it would have been Tom Holland. Tom Holland was. It's a shame that he was as good as he was and a movie as bad as it was. He makes the movie somewhat watchable, but no.
Yikes.
I agree though.
Avengers
This
5?
seems, yeah, Avengers 5, Tom Holland best actor. And then yeah, that's
That's
another
a great
one.
example.
That's
Ben for
another
Argo.
one.
Yeah, that's another one. Like, how the
Yeah.
fuck did that happen? Really?
Which
I probably
they
should've
made
won it.
I remember they made the joke at the Oscars or whatever. I think Ben Affleck, it was either the Oscars or Golden Globes when he won the Oscar for, it was either screenplay at the Oscars or it was director at Golden
Ugh.
Globes where he took a shot. I think it was at the Oscars because he's like, well, at least I got something for this,
And then he
But,
won Best Picture, so
yeah, and then I think the guy hosting threw in a jab too, where it's like I'll have to look up the joke, but it was pretty funny. Yeah, Regina King, I was surprised. I thought she would have got nominated for director for sure. Definitely put her in over Fincher, I think. But other than that, I mean, I agree. It was pretty. It was a pretty. Pretty good year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Regina King had no shot. This was the Oscars. I mean, they already let 2 women in. To let a
I know.
third in, I mean, come on.
And
now.
for that, not only that, but for a non-white woman,
That's another.
there's no way.
That's another 10
This is the
years.
Oscars we're
No-
talking about. We
They
make
need more
progress.
people to die for this to happen.
Progress is made about as fast as a turtle runs. It doesn't happen. But yes, I agree.
Tortoise.
Solid year. You should be lucky that we had people that weren't Americans nominated for some of these
Honestly.
awards. That's how they're like it. It's like, look, take it or leave it is what they're saying. But no, good year though.
Overall,
satisfied
good
with
year.
it. Thank you, Academy, for not nominating Hamilton. I was a little worried Hamilton was going to get in there. I was a little worried because it technically qualifies as a movie.
I
So I
could
was a
live with
little worried.
I could live with Best Picture if only because there's 10 of them. Like it'd never
Yeah,
win, but I could live
maybe,
with that. But
but
like
no,
I'm sorry, whoever held the camera doesn't
no,
deserve a Best Director nom over any
right,
of
yeah,
those.
right, no. Lin Manuel
Lin-Manuel for
Miranda,
actor. All
yeah,
the
for
song
best actor,
nominations are just from Hamilton. It's
Hamilton,
just
yeah.
5 songs from Hamilton.
Look, if it was gonna get nominated for anything, I guess the songs. It was nominate the songs again. Although
They
they'll nominate the wrong song for it. They'll nominate Burn. But,
You know what they should have done? It should have been 4 Hamilton songs and
yes,
Travis Scott for the plan.
yes, that's what it
Let's
should have
make a
been.
concert out
Or
of this.
3 Borat songs, or no, the Borat songs. There's only one. The Borat song, 3 Hamilton songs, and then Travis Scott getting nominated. And then we'll throw Eminem somewhere in there.
For another year, yeah.
Yeah, we'll throw
Eminem can
him in.
perform stuff from his album. That's what he'll do.
He'll do
a
he'll sing Godzilla on stage. He'll do that. And
video
then
of Juice WRLD on the screen behind
on
him.
the thing. Yeah, yeah.
God forbid. Don't let somebody try and replace him. That's not going to go over well.
Right. Yeah. Which, oddly enough, he was at the. I think. Yeah. I think he was the one that had the. He had the. Was it he was at the airport in Chicago, right?
Yeah, when he passed away.
Yeah. I was at that airport when that happened.
Shit.
I was
Were you
actually
really?
at that. Yeah, because I was flying to Florida around that time, and then I
Yeah,
heard like
okay.
I heard like ambulances and some people freak out. I was like, what? And I wasn't paying attention much because I was getting ready to get on my flight, and then I look, Juice World was at the it was Midway, I think, Midway Airport.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was there, and he had to be taken to the hospital and died. And I was like, oh my god, we're just messing
Throw
up. Yeah, we'll throw
Sunflower.
Sunflower back up there too. Yeah, we'll totally do that. Right, yeah, I wasn't gonna yell it because I was at an airport and I wasn't gonna get arrested. This wouldn't be something.
Matt's like, get me on the plane now.
Yeah, just get me on it now. Let's go, please.
Oh God.
But no. All right, I think that does it though.
I think yeah, we can keep rambling all we want, but I think
Yeah.
that does it. Matt, where can the people find you?
You can find me on this channel. You can find me on After Dark. I'm going to be paying close attention to NFL news because today is the official first day that legal tampering can start to happen. Oh, I already have it on the
Oh, you did?
thing.
Oh,
Yeah, I did. I added it. But today's the legal tampering begins today, even though there's been tampering in NFL for free agency. So if any big news breaks for the NFL, I'll be on today. On Thursday at 3 o'clock, we're going to be doing a Zack Snyder Justice League watch along. And as Maddie said, so Maddie, if you want to join in and watch it, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to drop the link in the group chat because I know Nikki wants to watch it with me too. I was going to do it at 7 in the morning. Then I realized, okay, it'll be over at least at 11:10. That'd be the earliest it'll be over. I won't be able to get up till 8 or 9, and I have to go to work that day. So unfortunately, I can't do it earlier. But yeah, we'll be doing that at 3 p.m. That way, people can wake up, they can do whatever they need to, and then you can hop in, watch it, all that good stuff. So if you're into that stuff, there's going to be a stream. Friday, we're doing our Falcon and the Winter Soldier spoiler discussion for the first episode. There might be one or two we do a pre-recording of, but this one's going to be live. And the only way we would do that is if I have to work earlier, or, I know the 26th is Kong Godzilla, and I'm sure people are going to want to go see that. So we're going to pre-record that before I have to leave. I mean, it won't be like early, but we'll do that. And, those will run for about an hour. And then Saturday, you'll catch me on After Dark.
Absolutely. And you guys can find me everywhere here on TMG Entertainment. As Matt said, we have stuff every single day. Going up later tonight at 7 p.m. EST, we have the latest episode of Schmo Talks. If you're a Schmodown fan, right now we're doing a flashback series talking about the previous seasons. The latest one goes up tonight. On Tuesdays, we have Cancel This Show, which is our political show hosted by Matt Beer and Alan Shepard. They get into all the things that the internet doesn't want to talk about because why not? Fridays, obviously, we do have our Falcon Winter Soldier reviews coming out every single week, and once that's over, whatever's up next, we'll review that too. Saturdays at 9 p.m. EST, we have After Dark, and Sundays at noon EST, we have the Supernova Show, where all your geekiest desires are talked about there. On top of that, we have trailer reactions. Matt did 2 yesterday, I believe, for Justice League, and what's the other one?
In the Heights.
In the Heights, yep, a new
There was
trailer.
2 trailers for some reason.
Yeah, and we have movie reviews coming out as well. I have a couple coming up later this week, and I know I'm not going to do the watch along, but I might do a separate review of Justice League, so we have one of those up as well, because I know I'll definitely see it.
Yeah.
People don't want my face on that camera. They already know. They don't want that. So let's go ahead with that, guys. Thank you so much. Be sure to subscribe. And was there one more thing?
Yeah, Maddie put this comment in there real quick, and because I want to do this anyway, but when Kong Godzilla comes out, we'll do a spoiler discussion too, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot to talk about in there, and then he's going to do one for Cruella. And I do remember there was a Cruella thing that dropped, I think last night or this morning.
A trailer?
So
okay.
It's like a sneak peek is what it said, but it might be a trailer. I don't know.
Sure. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time on TMG.